Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Welcome into another live stream. Halloween Eve. I got the Leafs little scene, little JPEG, whatever it is, the fucking GIF. Do the 317K subscribers usually? Yeah, they normally always they every single one of them stops by. You gotta give it some time. Patience, patience. Yeah, well, the JD Vance. I didn't realize JD Vance was going to be taking questions from people. That's pretty impressive for a sitting vice president, somebody involved with the administration that closely to take questions from college kids. I thought that was pretty impressive by Vance. It's a lot better than what the Democrats do. That's one thing where the Republicans are better than the Democrats for sure, messaging and being able to at least appear more transparent. Top five Halloween candy. Twix is really good. Reese's Cup. I mean, I'm a bot for saying that, but Reese's Cup is good. Kit Kat. Yeah, those are the top three. Those are the top three. When is your official New Jersey and Virginia prediction video? What is your off the cuff prediction? I think Virginia Spanberger is going to win, probably by about 5 or 6 points if I had to guess. The AG may be different. I don't know. Mayorez. Yeah, Mayorez may win by about 2 points, but the governorship is not going to be won by the Republicans for Virginia. I think. I don't know, man. When it comes to the New Jersey election, it's really a toss up. I'm not saying that to cope. I know people be like, well, I mean, the Democrats are the favorite in New Jersey. There's no denying it. If you just look at the raw polls and the data, even the early vote numbers are coming in slightly more positive for the Democrats, I believe. But it's one of those to where it's just a turnout battle. I mean, it's so close. It's more of just a gut feeling when it comes to a prediction like that. I think Citarelli is a better candidate just purely, even if it was just strip away the Democrat versus Republican. Citarelli is just a better politician than Cheryl. So maybe that'll have some impact in getting Citarelli over the finish line, but I don't know because, the Democrats are going to be they're going to be galvanized to come out after Trump wins, and they have to take that into account as well. I think it's pronounced Reese's Cup. Reese Cup. Play the Trump Halloween clip. Yeah, I saw that. Trump does it again. Trump does it again. What is that? A garden gnome? What is that? A freaking I don't even know what that is. And there it is. Reese Cup sounds better saying it. Yeah, it does. What's going on with all this healthcare stuff? You've been hearing mixed opinions on it. You have no idea if it's good or bad. You're talking about the government shutdown and why it's happening in the healthcare for temporary migrants. Is that what you're talking about, or is it more so the government shutdown possibly taking away they've looked into the EBT stuff and the SNAP, and it's really bad. I mean, I guess it's not surprising, but they really got to do a better job. I mean, all these people on SNAP, they're all overweight. Like, there's a massive percentage of people. There's a big correlation of people that are on, they get these benefits and then they get the just they go out and they get crap, and it's unfortunate, but they got to do a better job. I mean, we have such a horrible obesity problem in the country, and it's like I'm not sure how that gets fixed if most of the people that are that it's like these people are going to go hungry and they're all overweight. Well, and it's like, well, the food is cheaper if it's worse for you, but I don't know, man. It's just like you're gonna have to tell them that you can only buy certain things or something. I don't know what you do because it's kind of counterproductive because all those people, you know, if they're on EBT, they're going to need the Obamacare. They're going to need the free health care, and they're fat, and so they're going to have more health issues. It's like a horrible, it's like a bad cycle. They get the free food. The food is all unhealthy. They get fat, and then they get the free Obamacare. And if you're overweight, obviously, as you get older, it's going to be worse. It's going to be more of a hindrance to your health, and you're going to run into health issues. You're going to need surgeries. And it's like this terrible Bermuda Triangle. You think about it. Did you see the Fuentes meme I posted in the Discord meme channel? No, I don't. I don't check some of the channels. Like the meme channel. No, I haven't checked that channel in a while. You're hearing that they are making people pay $1,200 for healthcare with Trump's new healthcare plan or something. I don't know what that is. I mean that doesn't even make sense. There's no new healthcare plan. I mean, Trump is offering something that to where you get more competitive drug prices, but I don't know about like a new health. They're not doing a new healthcare plan. What do you expect to happen Saturday when the cards don't get reloaded? I think they're going to be reloaded. I believe the Democrat. Well, now I don't know. Maybe this is just the Democrats saying it. They said they had $6 billion in some type of slush fund or something, and it's going to be able to keep. They're going to keep their benefits. They're going to keep the EBT for another 3 weeks so they can work it out if it has to happen. If it comes to that, that's what I heard. So I'm not even sure if it's going to be out on Saturday. I think they have like a slush fund still that they can keep. They can tide the people over for another 3 weeks or up to a month or something. Make unhealthy foods unavailable to SNAP benefits. Yeah, I hear ya. I mean, I wonder like if that would manipulate like market demand and stuff like that. I think that's where you run into a problem on doing that. But I agree. I think it is counterintuitive, especially if it's that bad. I don't know what the numbers are like. What is the correlation, the amount of people on SNAP versus just normal people? And then like what percentage of the people are obese versus people not on SNAP? I mean, obviously, if you're on SNAP, you're in a situation to where you're in a bad spot, but you make a lot less money. So I guess if you make more money, but I don't know, like it works both ways. If you make more money, you can kind of be more sedentary. But then those people also tend to value their health more. They go to the gym, they have more free time. I don't know, man. I just think if we're gonna give people the free food, and then they also need the health care and the free food that we're giving them, that we're subsidizing them, is causing them to cost more in terms of healthcare, and they get also free healthcare, that's an issue. You don't really understand much about the healthcare stuff. You're just confused on why they're keeping government shut down. Well, they're keeping it shut down because the Democrats are trying to negotiate stuff that was already negotiated during the big beautiful bill because they think they have leverage because of the filibuster. Why are the Dems not voting to open the government? Because they want Republicans to pay for temporary health care for migrants and a few other things. Saying Tucker should be neutralized is crazy. You see that? Yeah, I like Tucker honestly. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, they're angry. There's a big part of the establishment conservative movement that is angry at Tucker, because that's a huge boost for Fuentes' career. Let's be honest. Like that's a normalization event doing a podcast with Tucker Carlson. So there's a lot of people that are gonna be upset by that. I never really I understand people are angry at Tucker because he kind of does the like, oh, I'm not really aware, but like we all know he's very much against Israel, which is fine. I get it. But he does do the thing where it's like, well, I'm just asking questions, kind of like Candace Owens. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just like obviously they're gonna be mad at him for the interview. I don't see what the big issue is, but it doesn't surprise me. Don't you love how quickly? Hmm. Did you see the YouTube comments on the Tucker Fuentes episode? LMAO, they're so funny. No, I didn't see that. They were mad at him for Putin too. No, I think that was a different segment of people. That was more liberal versus conservative. This is like an inner party. You know, Carlson has made a lot of the establishment, the Zionist Republicans, angry, especially when you have an interview with Fuentes and it acts as like a normalization event for Fuentes. But I guess that you know they're not going to like Carlson because he doesn't want the funding for Israel to continue. And I mean, I think Carlson has pretty just basic points. It's not. It's not. I don't really see what the issue is. I was never even that big of a fan of his show or anything. I mean, his monologues were pretty good, but when Tucker threw that subtle jab at Israel during Charlie's memorial, he got my respect. That was a bit strange, honestly, to do that there. But it was a really subtle jab. So about hummus, yeah. Is that Levitt's husband? Yeah, Trump had to recreate that clip. He was looking for someone. He was looking for somebody to plant the candy on top, and the kid had a freaking bucket on or some shit. Really, a toilet? So basically, the Dems are not voting for the CR because they want us to give illegals health care. What the fuck? Well, I think you know they would say basically what it is like it's like emergency care. If an illegal has a situation, they want emergency care for them. I don't know what exactly it is, but it's like some type of emergency care for migrants or temporary care for migrants, something along those lines. This was all, I believe, negotiated out originally of the big beautiful bill, and they want it put back. And you know they can claim, well, it's Trump's fault because Republicans control the chambers, but with the filibuster, it's not. You know, they don't have a 60-40 majority. If they had a 60-40 majority, the government would not be closed. But they have a 53-47 majority. The minion costume, yeah, the inflatable. I don't know, man. You know those inflatables out in yards? I think those are tacky when they have inflatables in yards as decorations for Halloween or Christmas. Schumer trying to sneak snap on a separate bill so the Dems don't take heat for not passing the funding bill is hilarious. That's what I meant earlier. I think it is going to hurt the Democrats. I was watching something from Tim Pool, and he was like, well, if you actually look at the contested districts and stuff, this shutdown, you know, because you think normies would just blame Republicans because they're in office for the shutdown, and if the snap gets removed, the person that has the snap, you know, they're going to blame Republicans. But if you look at where the snap benefits are, it's like mainly Democrat areas. I mean, it's all like high metro areas, so they'll just blame the people in charge and then vote for the other party. It like affects Democrats disproportionately more than it affects Republicans, basically, the snap going away. So they're more likely to say, fuck you, I'm going to vote the other side. Did you see the Sydney Sweeney and the see-through? Yeah, that was that's Sydney Sweeney's like nude in a dress. I mean, it's there was like maybe from what I saw like 90,000 bookmarks, dude. Like not like 92,000 bookmarks on it. Probably over 100,000 now. That Sydney Sweeney dress. I mean, you just complete see-through, just wearing out at some type of media event. If you order DoorDash often, don't do this the weekend. You were reading people who depend on Snap are stealing orders. Yeah, that's probably a huge issue if that happens because they could just go in, I guess, and take an order. You kind of have to confirm it with the desk, but they probably just take it and leave. Seems like hardly anyone cares about the Robinson Twig story anymore. It dropped like a hot potato. That's the news cycle, man. But that's something that would kick up if there was something in terms of the case or new evidence, or there has to be like some major new evidence that happens for it to get back into the news cycle. And I'm sure it'll get back into the news cycle at some point. There's the trial and everything like that. The problem is they're keeping it very close to the vest from what I heard. They're not really they are there's gonna be no cameras or anything in the courts. They won't even show like Tyler Robinson at all apparently. So it's like very frustrating. The information is gonna be challenging to get, I think. 100K bookmarks to that. Yeah, they're probably bookmarking all of them, all the shots that they took of her. That's probably what it is. What's your take on Hakeem saying Trump lost to Xi? Lost in what sense? I don't know what he's talking. I think he just says anything. He'll just say anything to try and make Trump look bad. I don't know. Did they is there a trade deal in place? I don't even know. Trump was punked on the world stage by China. I don't know what he's talking about.
Skyrocket. Now here is our very simple proposal to the Democrats. Let's sit down and come to a compromise and work it out. And you know what the Democrats' response to that is? Give us everything we want or we're going to shut down the government and keep it shut down. That is not reasonable behavior. That's not how you do compromise in this town. That is the way that the Democrats have operated. They are trying to take a hostage and we can't reward that behavior. If we do that, if we say, yes, of course, we'll give you everything that you want if you reopen the government, you know what's going to happen? In 3 months, they're going to come back to the administration and they're again going to say, we're going to shut down the aviation industry. We're going to deny people SNAP benefits unless you give us exactly what you want. That's how a child behaves. That is not how a responsible governing party behaves in the United States of America. And let me make one final point, and then we'll cut out of this press conference. Look, I've been a little bit unfair, and I want to correct this, because when I say the Democrats have shut down the government, it's actually the far left side of the Democratic.
Yeah, because some of the Democrats did vote to keep it open.
He's going to be holding, Chitterelli, a rally later today in Spring Lake, New Jersey. That's Monmouth County, the Jersey Shore, for those familiar. But President Trump back...
Wow, he did way better than Trump.
In 2020, won with a 3-point margin there. In the gubernatorial race in 2021, Chitterelli won by a 19% margin, John. And President Trump built on his own margin in the 2024 presidential election, won by 12 points, but still didn't top Chitterelli's lead there. So he is going to be rallying there later today, trying to build on that lead.
Yeah, and of course, you know, that there's some...
You're betting Jack wins. I mean, it is good value for sure. I mean, 20% for that, it's good value. I'm not saying he's going to win, and I know it's based mainly off polling and stuff. But I mean, 20%, I think should probably be like, I think it should be like a 60-40 race, honestly, not a 80-20, which is how it's on Polymarket right now. Yeah, it gets dark out really early, man. In DC, it gets dark out crazy early. DC is same time zone as me, but it's further east, so it gets dark like 5 o'clock. And we haven't even gone through the time the clock change to back to standard time, because we're on daylight savings. We're gonna go back to standard now, so we're gonna get an extra hour of sleep, but we're going to be dealing with the issues of the sun setting at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And they can't get anything passed to stop it from happening because it's a problem. It's like a payoff. It's either going to be dark in the morning or dark at night, really. So, bro, this is a crazy. This dude posts so much. It's crazy. Omar Fati. I'm trying to get to the JD Vance stuff, but that was yesterday, so I gotta keep going. He has an AI posting his tweets. Well, I mean, maybe scheduling his tweets if he's got like a video and you put it up into different clips and segment it and put it out at different times. I'm sure he schedules a lot of tweets if I had to guess. Just in terms of overall strategy, I mean, you've got to schedule some of these. You can't be tweeting every minute like this.
Okay, so here's something that I want conservatives, I want every conservative to remember. It's an important part of my entire political philosophy is we cannot be afraid to do something because the left might do it in the future. The left is already going to do it regardless of whether we do it. That is the takeaway of the last 40 years.
Dude gave a salute. Dude gave a salute.
And in particular, if you look at what we're doing, if Joe Biden wanted to deploy
endorsed a candidate ethnic cleansing in Gaza.
I don't know why it's so quiet.
I'm just confused why this idea has come around, considering the fact that not only does their religion not agree with ours, but also openly supports the prosecution of ours.
Yeah, so let's say a few things about this. First of all, when the President of the United States says America first, that means that he pursues the interests of Americans first. That is our entire foreign policy. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to have alliances, that you're not going to work with other countries from time to time. And that is what the president believes, is that Israel, sometimes they have similar interests to the United States and we're going to work with them in that case. Sometimes they don't have similar interests to the United States. And this example, the most recent Gaza peace plan that all of us have been working on very hard for the past few weeks, the president of the United States could only get that peace deal done by actually being willing to apply leverage to the state of Israel. So when people say that Israel is somehow manipulating or controlling the president of the United States. They're not controlling this president of the United States, which is one of the reasons why we'd be able to have some of the success that we've had in the Middle East. Now,
I think the questions to a degree had to be screened. I mean, maybe a vague, like, what is your question in relation to? They don't, maybe not the exact question.
and yes, my wife did not grow up.
Dude, these are so quiet.
I think it's fair to say that she grew up in a Hindu family, but not a particularly religious family in either direction. In fact, when I met my wife, we were both, I would consider myself an agnostic or an atheist, and that's what I think she would have considered herself as well. You know, everybody has to come to their own arrangement here. The way that we've come to our arrangement is she's my best friend. We talk to each other about this stuff. So we decided to raise our kids Christian. Our two oldest kids who go to school, they go to a Christian school. Our 8-year-old did his first communion about a year ago. That's the way that we have come to our arrangement. But thank you. My 8-year-old was also very proud of his first communion. Thank you, guys. I'll tell him that Ole Miss wishes him the best. But
Vance couldn't convert his wife. Yeah, his kids are Christian, though.
I think everybody has to have this own conversation when you're in a marriage. I mean, it's true for friends of mine who are in Protestant and Catholic marriages, friends of mine who are in, atheist and Christian marriages. You just got to talk to the only advice I can give is you just got to talk to the person that God has put you with, and you've got to make those decisions as a family unit. For us, it works out. Now, most Sundays, Usha will come with me to church. As I've told her, and I've said publicly, and I'll say now in front of 10,000 of my closest friends, do I hope eventually that she is somehow moved by the same thing that I was moved in by church? Yeah, I honestly do wish that, because I believe in the Christian gospel, and I hope eventually my wife comes to see it the same way. But if she doesn't, then God says everybody has free will, and so that doesn't cause a problem for me. That's something you work out with your friends, with your family, with the person that you love. Again, one of the most important Christian principles is that you respect free will. Usha's closer to the priests who baptized me than maybe I am. They talk about this stuff. My attitude is you figure this stuff out as a family, and you trust in God to have a plan, and you try to follow it as best as you can, and that's what I try to do. Christian values out there that I think that
Too much foreign intervention. Well, to a degree, there has to be foreign involvement from the United States. We're just too powerful of a country. The Venezuela stuff, I could understand. That's like they're picking a fight with Venezuela. But I mean, it's south of the United States.
that we've just sort of assumed and we've in fact taken for granted. Christian values are the idea that you should respect every single person as an individual, whatever the color of their skin, created in the image of God. That's a Christian concept. And in fact, it was a Christian empire, Great Britain, that abolished slavery to begin with. The idea that we should eliminate child sacrifice. What did the Christian settlers find when they came to the New World? They found a lot of civilizations that were murdering babies in weird religious rituals. It was Christianity that said we don't kill children just because they're somehow inconvenient to people. A lot of the things, human rights, the very idea that human beings have rights are a Christian concept. And so I'd ask you, my assumption based on the question is that you're skeptical of Christianity, or at least of certain public professions of Christianity. One of my favorite Bible verses is, "By your fruits ye shall know them." And I think that the fruits of the Christian faith are the most moral, the most just, and the most prosperous civilization in history. I make no apologies for believing that Christianity is the pathway to God. I make no apologies for thinking that Christian values are an important foundation of this country, but I'm not going to force you to believe in anything, because that's not what God wants, and that's not.
So that's Vance. I don't know, where's the immigration clip? These clips are so quiet. You feel like MAGA won't accept Vance's wife because she's not fully Christian. You've seen the comments. Small minority will be huge majority. No, I disagree completely. I think you're online too much. You know, I've thought about that as well, and I don't really think that's. I think if anything, those type of people, like most of the people, I mean, these are like they're not that tribal in the United States. They just that's not how they're conditioned. Either even the like normie conservatives are not conditioned like that. I think it's a very small segment of people, and it's amplified on the internet. I don't believe that they wouldn't vote for Vance because of that. It would be like a very small amount that maybe is amplified because it's the internet, but it's not something that would really affect it. Because I thought about that, but I just don't really believe it. I don't really think that moves the needle. It's just like an online internet thing. Like she's Indian, so we won't vote for Vance. I don't think there's that many people out there. I think it's like something that is a lot more terminally online. Saying you are online too much should be a shocking wake up call. No, I didn't say that about me. I said people that think that are online too much. I said that you misinterpreted what I said, but it's all right. How come you tweeted no shit about a Vance New York Post? Dude, because what he had said in that clip was that people, the neighbors, you don't want your neighbors speaking a different language. I said no shit, I agree. Like I said no, like obviously. I don't know, people keep asking that. Did Vance mention Palantir? Yeah, he did. He talked about it. Yeah, Palantir is like this, it's like a data optimization conglomerate. It condenses data, and then it's just like all this vague stuff, and yeah, they just say, "Oh, it's all Israel." I mean, look up Palantir and look at what they do. It's not even. It's more about data optimization than it is data collection, from what I've heard. And if you really look at the function of it, it's just would you ever put your storytime videos on your second channel? Maybe make a community post from your main channel? I mean, what's the point? I don't know. I don't think that's really worth doing, honestly, man. I don't even do that many of those videos, anyways. What's your take on Erica Kirk's speech? I didn't watch it. You don't think Vance will do well if he ran for president? His personality isn't great in your eyes, kind of pompous. I think he'd do fine. I mean, it depends how the Trump administration does more so than anything. It depends how the economy does. You can be the best candidate, but the way the United States works, it's like they keep wanting to vote for the opposition because the people in power they don't like, and it's like it's a hive mind. It just depends how the economy is. I think for 2028, that's the most important thing. If the geopolitical situation is calmed down, Vance should do fine, I would imagine. Did you see Candace's new take? Yeah, I saw it. The one where the aliens killed Vance, or the ones where aliens killed Charlie Kirk. I saw it. No, they didn't kill Charlie Kirk. They abducted him inside of the SUV after he got shot. That was a crazy take. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna be taking any money from Israel. Do you ever visit the Drudge Report? Maybe when I was 16. The Drudge Report was bigger. Matthew Drudge. Are the Candace takes real? I don't know what take she's on. Every day it's a different take. Amazon pumping. Congratulations. I know you've been talking about Amazon in the chat this entire time. I saw you mentioned it a few times. I get it.
The indictment alleges that you and others, quote, surrounded a federal officer's vehicle, banged
They're finally charging people with obstruction, and this woman is angry.
on its hood and windows, etched pig on the side, and impeded movement. Did you etch the word pig on the side of an officer's car?
I'm not speaking to the specifics of anything that's in the indictment right now, but like I said, I do plan on pleading not guilty,
Yeah.
and the evidence will come out in court, and I plan on winning.
Okay. Well, let's not watch the video of what happened that day that they are. What do you, when you see that, what do you think right now?
Tara, once again, this is my first time being federally indicted. Like I said,
Yeah.
I plan on pleading not guilty. The evidence will come out in court, and I plan on winning. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
And she just leaves.
Just really quickly, I did want to
She
ask
rage
you
quits the
about
interview.
just the fact that conspiracy to impede an officer is up to 6 years in prison, forcibly impeding and intimidating an officer is up to 8 years. Is that that could actually hinder your ability to serve in Congress? Are you concerned about that? Did she just sign off?
Ha! She left.
Did she just leave the chat? I'm so confused. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, what happens is when it's it's obstruction of a federal officer. You can't do that. Now, these people think they're not going to charge. They're not going to get charged with anything because the administration won't charge all of them. But it's it's a crime, and she wants to play victim. Now she's grifting off of it. She's going to make money off of it. She got 200,000 views on a YouTube video, and that's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know why he's involved with the coaching search. I don't really understand that. That's kind of ridiculous. But I don't know if that's actually what's going on. I mean, I heard something like that, but people say Vance has no personality. They say that about a lot. I mean, it's hard to follow up Trump. That's the thing. Trump has such a massive personality. It's hard to follow him up.
The Republicans are selling a product they don't believe in.
Right.
But Democrats aren't. So how does that square?
We need to do better.
Oh.
I mean, this is
Well, I guess we're
what we
done
do.
here.
Well, we do.
The Republican.
Wow. She's embarrassing, or he's embarrassing her. Melania Trump comforting a scared young girl. I've seen this. Wow. It's a miracle. Dude, this is an old AI video. It doesn't even look right. Like he's walking. I don't think it's gonna cut. The control is wood somehow. The control is wood as well. Optimus. Yeah, Optimus. They have meme coins on Optimus, the Elon Musk Tesla robot. Did you see no rap song in the top 40 for the first time since 1990? No, I didn't see that. No, I mean, people really hate the AI stuff, and yeah, I mean, I agree. I think the AI stuff is annoying. It's just like it's like brain rot, basically. And especially now, people are getting really defensive and mad about it because it looks so real. With Sora stuff. I don't know what the new Candace clip is.
Can now report.
Dude, wasn't this already disproven about the Egyptian military plane and she got the fucking time zone wrong?
That it is a fact that on 9/4 there were this was not some dropping by in Utah as they were trying to claim because the plane needed to be serviced. That's what they ran with. They ran with this could have been a routine servicing. I guess there's just no.
But this is all slop. Like, what are you talking about? How is Egypt involved in this? This is just like she just goes down these rabbit holes, and it's just like content fill for a show. Like, how do I fill the content space for this show? Where should I take the conspiracy today? Now we're back on Egypt. Like,
no place from Egypt all the way to Utah that an Egyptian military plane can like get a tire changed. This is totally routine. Nothing to see here. Well, I'm telling you that for a fact, that plane was carrying military subcontractors. And for a fact, they were dropped off in Provo, okay? And that they did not make it back to Cairo. I showed you the plane left. They left on September 10th. It then laid over in Wilmington, Delaware, and departed back for Cairo on the 11th. I am telling you that when that plane left, okay, those
she's not
people
married to a billionaire.
were mysteriously missing from that plane, okay? What's going on here? Why are Egyptian military subcontractors, what are Egyptian military subcontractors doing in the middle of Provo, Utah on the day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated? Okay.
Are you sure they were? I mean, maybe you got the wrong time zone again.
Kash Patel, please feel free to dispute this. In fact, I almost demand that you dispute it. I think you must. You've been saying everybody's conspiracy.
Dude, why does the Daily Wire have those things where it's like the group session, meetup, Zoom call with Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, and Michael Knowles, and then some old guy I was watching, And Ben Shapiro is sitting there laughing in the face of Matt Walsh like a humiliation ritual. And Walsh is like, yeah, I have to stay because, he's my boss. But it's just like such a weird relationship, I feel like with Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro. It's just like a weird relation. I don't know. Like you can tell there's friction between them. Canada may soon have a federal election again. You're right. They can call for one. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. You're saying in December. I don't know about that. Do you know anything about Canada having an election? Seriously? Because I know they can call one really quickly. Matt Walsh is a complete retard for staying with the Daily Wire still. Yeah, I wonder how much he's getting paid because it feels like you're gonna make a ton of money on your own anyways without the Daily Wire. At a certain point, you get so big to where the contract that you're on doesn't really matter. Like joining a media company can certainly help. Sean, I appreciate that. 20 gifted memberships. That's a hell of a donation. The whale returns. We've never gotten something like that. I know we never got gifted memberships like that. Wow, that's very nice. I think it's more than 20 gifted memberships. That's very nice. Yeah, it's like everyone got a gifted membership. Everyone got a gifted membership. Wow. The whale makes a return. Sean, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I appreciate the $100 donation. The whale. I haven't seen you in a while, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't know why all these. I don't know what all the noises are. I think it's all the memberships. It's all the memberships. They're voting on the budget in Canada soon. They need 3 non-liberal votes to pass it. Otherwise, the election is called. NDP party seeing uptick in the polls, so they might vote against. Really, the further left wing party is seeing an uptick. Wow, we never get the gifted memberships like that. Yeah, we got a lot of gifted memberships now. Wow. I appreciate that, man. You don't have to do that. I appreciate it. That's very nice of you. It's very nice of you for another $100 donation, 20 gifted memberships, $200. I appreciate it. Christmas. It's Christmas, and I want to open my presents. Happy Halloween to me. I can afford all my candy now. You're my biggest fan. How didn't you get one? A membership? Because they're given out randomly. The memberships are given out randomly. It depends. It's based on the viewers in the stream, and then they choose random ones. I feel like it's glitched or something. Maybe it's still playing all the 20 memberships. Or maybe it's playing the donations. Polymarket has Canada election called odds at 14% in 2025. Yeah, well, it's only 2 months left, so I don't know. I'm not surprised it's that low, 14%. Hope you do a Halloween stream. Yeah, I might do a different type of stream tomorrow, maybe. Maybe just like a quick stream, like a vertical stream, I don't know. How do you make money off of YouTube? Are you monetized or do you only make money off donations? No, I'm monetized. Yeah, I'm monetized.
At Scene Collar Trucking 90 tipped $100 through Super Chat. DG.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, I got this text to speech.
At Scene Collar Trucking 90 tipped $100 through Super Chat. DG.
Thoughts on Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is down right now. I think Bitcoin will be fine, obviously. I mean, there's a lot of bullish stuff right now happening. It's just unfortunate. There's a leadership review. Paul Vier, secret ballot. You believe sometime early 2026. There's talk of Ontario Premier Doug Ford running for that job. How do you talk about all the race stuff without getting demonetized? You know, a guy who tried and got taken off YouTube completely. Well, YouTube is a lot freer of a platform in general than it was like 3 or 4 years ago. So it depends. It depends what you talk about. But if it's more of like a factual video, they're not going to take it down or anything. There's certain stuff on YouTube where you just can't talk about it, and you have to know that going in. But they've opened it up a little bit. I think, there's competition with TikTok and a lot of the other short form like Instagram shorts, so they've opened it up more on YouTube. The YouTube CEO died. Yeah, the past one died a while ago. Wow, did you just send 50 memberships? Dude, that seems like a lot. That seems like a lot of money. I think everyone got a membership that's watching. Dude, that's like a lot of money. You send 50 memberships. I never got gifted memberships. Look at all the memberships. There's a lot of memberships. It's like everyone got a membership. Yeah, well, this is going to keep playing. I mean... Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. 50 memberships is a lot. Should I just let it play? Just let it play? It's a miracle. It's a miracle. I feel like we've been gifted something. We've been gifted something great. All right, I think that's all of them. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm going to mute the thing because I don't know if you guys can still hear it, but because it's gonna be a while with a lot of these memberships. Who needs APAC money when we have Sean trucking? Oh, yes. This is better than the Israel post and the social media posts that people were telling me about. This is way better. The memberships are sponsored by Cutter. Yes. Hmm. Yeah, that had to have gotten like a lot of the chat memberships. Sean Pack, APAC. Yeah. Oh man, that's a crazy. Yeah, that should get a lot of you guys memberships. The only one named by DG, White Whale. The whale enters. The whale. The whale enters. Tw- Chance 2028% chance Vance versus Newsom. Like a 70% chance that would happen. You got to leave some because it's maybe a 60%. It's too early, but it's the favorite for sure. No idea how to claim them. No. You don't claim them. It's randomized. When you get gifted memberships, you don't claim them. It's just randomized. That basically YouTube just chooses people that are watching the stream presently. You do have to click and say you're open to getting one, really? Did you see the Trump she meeting? She looked tense, like he didn't want to be there. Yeah, I saw the meeting. I thought to me it looked like Trump looked better, but the different people were reporting different things. I think Trump looked better. There's a setting on YouTube though. You have to make sure you can accept gifted memberships. Yours was turned off until you changed it. Yeah, mine is probably turned off then on my account to not being able to accept it if it's auto turned off and you have to change it. Dodgers spent 500 million for nothing. Well, they won last year, and they made the World Series. It's not nothing, even if they lose. But I gotta wait. I think it's still going. Yeah, it's still going. The sound is still gonna be going. We gotta wait. Yep, it's still going. Is Sean your Mossad contact? At this rate, probably. I mean, this is you get gifted 50 gifted memberships. That's a lot. because I never was gifted any memberships, and then I got 20 and 50. That's like $100, $200 in gifted memberships. You just got a notification you got gifted. Yeah, you got one. You didn't watch the live stream until now. You got an email about the membership. That's why you turned it on. $300 in memberships. Wow. Yeah, because the membership's like $5. Some are probably still being able to be claimed. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think they all got sent out though. They all got sent out already. Maybe to people that accounts that are active to be able to claim them, and within my channel or something. Maybe it goes to my subscribers. If people within the chat can't claim them or something, I don't know. What's the time frame for a membership? Is it a month, year? It's a month. It's monthly membership. I mean, I guess you could buy different tiers, but this would be monthly. How do you feel about Trump starting nuclear testing again? We're actually out here living in Nuketown 2025 now. Yeah, I mean, if our adversaries are testing, I guess, I don't know the exact protocol on whether or not we actually have to test. I mean, we really shouldn't have to test nuclear weapons at this point with the technology that we have, but we should know their capabilities and things like that. But I don't know the exact specifications on it, on whether or not there's an advantage to testing some of them. Do you think people will view Vance as inexperienced versus Newsom? Newsom is more traditional. Yeah, well, Vance comes off as a lot younger, but inexperienced. I don't know. As a VP, it's really you kind of shed the inexperienced label if you're a VP for 4 years. They really can't use that against you. I mean, he was also senator for what, 2 years? But I mean, he's younger for sure, and he's done less in terms of politics than Newsom. Did you see Newsom saying he grew up poor and spent his day playing basketball and then was wearing a blue Blueberry scarf in high school photos? Yeah, no, that was all a joke. I mean, he said that because he was on like this black podcast or something with basketball players. I know that podcast too because I've seen clips from it previously, and he was trying to like appeal to him. It was pretty pathetic. All right, I think that's all of them. That was like 10 minutes probably of straight memberships, if I had to guess, going out. Yeah, Newsom's parents were both millionaires from what I was reading. So I think he was just trying to shapeshift during a podcast to play to the crowd more than anything. But it just comes off as so inauthentic because people are just going to fact check that. Anyone can technically say, "Oh, I was grinding," and it's. I mean, it depends where you grew up and how rich your family was and stuff like that. Do you like Carl's Jr.? I never been there. Mhm. You can't believe Dean Wade didn't get a membership. If anyone that deserves a membership, it would be him, honestly. Right? Or some of these other accounts, the accounts that have my name in them, like the iCarly DG account, like some of these other accounts. That I don't even think they got him. Like you think they would get it. Maybe they don't have their membership turned on. You didn't get one, Jason. Who was your money on between Newsom LeBron basketball game? I don't know, man. LeBron, they're both really old. I think I'd go Newsom to win over LeBron. That'd be. Thank you for the $4.99. I've been skeptical of Vance, but his Q&A was great. He needs to keep showing that he understands what the young right wing wants. You want to like him. Well, yeah, and that's the real dynamic with Vance, obviously. It's the younger people. They're more right wing, and they think Vance is a cuck to Israel because of Palantir and Peter Thiel, and he's like a product of Peter Thiel. He's going to have to try and combat that, basically. But I mean, I don't even know how much there is in terms of like the younger right wing people. Like, what's the segment of Republican is like under 25 and like further right wing to where they wouldn't like Vance because of his wife and stuff like that. I think it's like more of an online thing, if I had to guess. Why are you not a member? Drake and Josh. Well, I mean, it's because it's randomized. I can't gift you. I can't give you the membership. It's just randomized by YouTube. And maybe you don't have it turned on. You might not have it turned on in your settings to be able to accept memberships. So maybe that's why. You made 226% off your call options. We call that like that's like a 2.5x, bro. You made a 2.5x. It's respectable. Yeah, AI is obviously a bubble, but the question is, it's like how long is it gonna last? And some of some of it's gonna stay, some of it's a bubble. Yeah, some of these people might be too young to be receiving memberships. I don't know. I don't know how that works, if that's even a thing though. Is that? X definitely makes it seem like the far right is bigger than it is. They're all turning on Trump, but his poll numbers are around the same. Well, a lot of those people didn't support Trump in 24 and Trump won. So I don't know, man. We talk in multiples of X's. Yeah, we don't talk 226% up. Do only premium YouTube cucks get YouTube memberships? No, that's not how it works. Anyone can get it. But you should get. I mean, I'm not trying to shill it for YouTube, but I mean, it depends how much you watch it. Premium is very good. You get no ads. It's a hell of a thing. Even people are like, "Well, just get the ad blocker." Yeah, but the ad blocker doesn't even work if you're on mobile. Thoughts on the World Series so far? I think it's great for baseball if Toronto wins. The last thing they needed was the Dodgers winning again with their payroll situation. So Toronto wins, it'd be really good for baseball. I mean, for me personally, I didn't really want either of the teams, but VPN to the Bahamas, it blocks all ads. What is that? Something with the Bahamas to where they refuse to show ads on YouTube or something? If you live in the Bahamas, you don't get any ads on YouTube. Is that what you're saying? Because I think you said that a few days ago. You have no idea, but it works. Play Erica Kirk. Well, I'm gonna have to scroll way down to that. Halloween 2025. Imagine how much energy it would take to be president. Yeah, it'd be overwhelming. You'd have to. I mean, it's definitely a role you grow into. You know, you've got to have a lot of previous experience. Even Trump had significant experience running billion-dollar, companies and stuff. So you got to have a lot of experience going to it. And even Trump didn't really have much connections his first term. That's why it was kind of milquetoast. It was a lot more establishment-y. Trafalgar new poll, insider advantage. Is a Republican pollster. Cheryl up by 1. How many undecideds is that? Holy. 10% of the sample is undecided. Huh. It's tough. It's tough to predict something like that. But that's a Republican pollster, even with the Democrat up by 1, basically. That's what it is. Do you think he has a chance? Who, Jack? Yeah, he's got a chance for sure. He's got at least, I think, a better than a puncher's chance, I'd say.
You feel Charlie here right now.
I know you do too.
I feel him too. Well, God bless you.
Jesse, you're...
And God bless Turning Point USA. What do you hope to achieve for Charlie and for the country?
Oh my goodness. All of his wildest dreams for this organization and more. He left me a blueprint and all of his journals, but more so than that, I was his vault for literally everything. He shared everything with me, his vision, his dreams, and I know now more than ever, I mean, he was always a hard worker, but now more than ever, he's up in heaven orchestrating and sitting and strategizing, and I can just feel it. I can feel it. And so all I want is to be able to make sure we honor Charlie, we keep fighting the good fight, and we do it in such a bold and powerful way. We're not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not.
Erica's right. Charlie was with us last night. Right before Erica hit the stage, we heard a familiar tune.
This song is so sweet because my daughter sings this every night. So to be able to hear this now, so she's watching, and so I know that she's going to be singing along to this. So I'm hoping they're taking a video of this because she sings this to my son. It's his lullaby at night with Jesus Loves Me. And so, little God winks. That's how I know Charlie's here, of all songs to sing.
It's the perfect song.
Yeah.
It's the perfect night. God bless you. You're ready for this. God bless you.
Thanks, Jesse.
So there's that. Is Vance running with her? Vance Kirk? No, I don't think so. I know they were talking about that. She is I think she's in her early 30s. She's like 33. Or maybe she's like 35 actually. She's 36. Because Charlie was gonna turn 32. And she was like 4 years older than him. Do you think the UK will enter a civil war soon? You're surprised it hasn't happened yet with digital ID, migrant crisis. I know the UK is definitely, it's impossible for me to say the exact temperature of the UK. I just don't live there. I don't really study it. I understand they've been having these huge rallies, though, against the immigration. But, I don't know. It just seems... I mean, it does seem like something is boiling up, but it also seems like a lot of the politicians there are starting to realize it, and even the liberal parties are saying no to the immigration coming in from the channel. You've never seen her genuinely sad or mourning. Well, I mean, that's where it's like a microscope thing. It's kind of hard to, it's kind of hard to say exactly how people should mourn for it, and they want you to be sad 100% of the time, or else you're faking it and stuff like that. Because it's like you're under a microscope when something like this happens, and the family has to react, and I don't know, it's just a challenge. Do you like scary movies? I do like scary movies. Yeah. There's what even is there? There's no scary movies out this year in theaters. It's unfortunate. What even is out? I don't even know. Other than that Black Phone 2, which that's not good. Is there any actual Halloween movie? I don't think there's a Halloween. Michael Myers. Where are the good movies? I ask once again. There's no good movies. Play Alice Clark clip, please. I ship you two. It's commendable. That's understandable that you would ship us in a relationship. The movie Him. The movie's titled Him. Yeah, that's like that football frat boy movie. That's not a scary movie, man. Best scary movie, probably The Conjuring is the best overall. Predator movie. There's a new Predator movie. Social Network 2. There's not even I don't even think that's going to take years. They made the Now You See Me 3 movie. I like those movies. I liked Now You See Me and Now You See Me 2. But now the actors are so old, it just doesn't work. I was looking at the trailer, it just doesn't work. The actors are too old. Do you like jump scares in movies? You don't. Well, that's the point of the movies. That's how they get scary, is with the jump scares and stuff like that. That's basically the entirety of the scaring process, is like a jump scare, and the way they utilize. Now with a lot of the movies, they're so loud. The movies, the audio in the theater is insane. You shouldn't judge people for how they mourn. People grieve in different ways. Yeah, and that's a lot like the same thing with conspiracies. They basically say, well, you're acting weird, so that must be something. Basically, they pick apart people and how they act in public, and a lot of the times it ends up being nothing because they're not acting perfectly to the liking of how they think like a normal person should act. But it's like, I don't know. Why did they go with Now You See Me Too instead of Now You Don't? Because of marketing. It's 100% marketing. Basically, if they title it Now You Don't, there will be people that won't watch the movie because they don't think it's Now You See Me Too. Because it's just the way it is. Even though most people will still be able to know and stuff, but it's like a marketing thing, I think, on why they did that. Yeah, I saw that new Conjuring movie. It's like the end of it. It's not as good as the earlier ones, but I mean, there's a few good scares, but it's not even close, I would say. Did you see Ryan Clark going after Charlie Kirk because LSU is making a statue? Yeah, I saw that. Ryan Clark is like a race baiting clown on ESPN who's obsessed with race, and it's like, bro, you're talking about sports and you constantly bring race into it. But it's like he's a one trick pony. He does the same thing every time. I saw that clip. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing fine, man. Seems like Trump got more in meeting. She agreed to buy soybeans rare earth export for another 12 months. No mention of Taiwan cooperation. Trump lowered tariff to 10%. So the total tariffs are back down to 10% on China is what you're saying? With some type of agreement. Yeah, it's been really rainy here for the past day. Or all of today was really rainy, and then tomorrow it's not going to be raining, thankfully. But we lost a lot of leaves, I'll tell you that much, from the trees because of the rain. It's still raining, I can hear it. No, 57% to 47%. Trump lowered 20% Fent to 10% Fent tariff now. 57% got lowered to 47%. That's the total tariff on China, just in general. Lowered by 10%. So, okay, that makes sense. Crazy to think Charlie Kirk was murdered after saying he had no choice but to leave Israel cause and wouldn't be bullied. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty. I didn't think that text was real, but and there's just no proof that it was Israel, man. Outside of like that, it's all circumstantial too. It's finally starting to get into the 60s, 50s at night, early morning in Tampa. Yeah, Tampa, I mean, it's got to be tough for you guys in Florida. Well, I mean, it depends if you like warm weather or not, but I don't really like the crazy warm weather. But yeah, we get like 30s now at night. 30s, 40s. Thoughts on the Heisman race? It's kind of a bad race this year. It's a bad Heisman race. Maybe someone will emerge, but it's like a mid race. Say slop a few times in the stream. What, goy slop? Liberal slop? Liberal boomer slop. Seems like she wasn't too pleased with the meeting, and Trump was all smiles. Carney was chasing Trump because of the tampon Ford's acts, and Trump's said, "We're not in South Korea. We can't meet." Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe I'll look at. I mean, maybe that's a video I can do. Is Trump and China, and we'd have to see what the deal is exactly. It looks like a decent deal for us. I mean, it's still a 50% or a 47% tariff, basically 50% tariff on China for whatever we got. What is it? Access to rare earths, and they're not going to be restricting them or whatever, like they threatened they were going to do. So, yeah, did you see the clip of Trump when he's like, this was kind of a funny clip, I thought. I have it down here. He just always, like, takes questions from the press. This was a long shake.
Of the People's Republic of China. Good to meet you. Great pleasure to see you again. Good to see you again.
Winnie the Pooh.
Me too. And we're going to have a very successful meeting, I have no doubt. But he's a very tough negotiator. That's not good. We know each other well.
Mr. President, do you plan to sign a trade deal today?
Could be. I think we have,
Could be.
we'll have a great understanding. We have a great relationship. We've always had a great relationship.
You gonna sign a trade deal today? Could be.
Will you discuss Taiwan with her?
Yeah, he does not look happy with Trump. He looks like he's about to get dog walked. He looks like Trump's being unprofessional.
He's a very tough negotiator. That's not good. We know each other well.
You know, they're asking him stuff. He's just not saying anything. Meanwhile, Trump is talking to the American report.
Do you plan to sign a trade deal today?
Could be. I think we'll have a great understanding.
They're trying to ask him stuff in Chinese. He's not responding, but Trump is just responding to every question.
We have a great relationship. We've always had a great relationship.
Xi Jinping, Winnie the Pooh.
Will you discuss Taiwan with her?
Which way? Thank you very much, everybody. Please.
Oh, man.
Wait, everybody else is going to the meeting.
Some nice haircuts there, but... She is like, can I leave yet? Yeah, he didn't want to be there at all. Trump just signed a new rare earth deal with Malaysia, Cambodia, Thailand. Big news. Can't wait to go to McDonald's tomorrow. Slop. Do you go to McDonald's every day? You like McDonald's, man? That's some slop right there, bro. All you want for Christmas is Greenland and Venezuela. We're not going to annex Venezuela. That is slop. Wendy's for breakfast. Oh.
Chloe eat tip $9.99 through Super Chat. Some Diet Coke money, cup emoji.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I'll add that to the that'll go to the Halloween fund. Do a video on Hitler Muslim SS Brigade. Muslim SS Brigade. I have to look into that, man. Why would we want to annex them? We're just gonna charge the country more. Well, we don't want to annex Venezuela. You had McDonald's today and it was goy slop. The quality has gone down dramatically. No, I had McDonald's a few months ago and I agree with you. I thought the quality was really bad. And I thought the quantity of it, like the quantity was very low. It's like the fries are really just, maybe it's just because I had it when I was younger, but like it's not even a lot of food, honestly. And it doesn't fill you up. It's bad for you. I mean, it's just the full package, you know? It's like, I mean, it is. McDonald's sells the best Coke. Yeah, they do have really good Coke. What are the odds Chloe is a dude? No, that's actually a female, I think. That's actually a woman. We have had that in the past, though. You know, I had that when I do March Madness streams. That was like younger kids, though. They would troll me. But it didn't even work. Any of the fast food is slop, realistically, man. I mean, some of the... So it depends if you get, like, chicken and stuff from certain places. I had Subway. Subway's... I mean, it depends. I mean, it's like... It's not the worst thing, but depends what you order, I guess. Chick-fil-A is the only way to go. Yeah, I've gotten Chick-fil-A a lot less recently. I don't know. I mean, Chick-fil-A tastes good for sure, but even the Chick-fil-A, like, if you get the chicken nugget, the nuggets, they don't even fill you up at all, I feel like. They're so small when I got the nuggets, like, and they're breaded to shit. They're fried. Okay, we got another polite, rude guy. We the people will always back Trump. If he runs in 2028, we will back him. The Rhinos will not win. We the people will elect DJT in 2028. Yep. The annual donation. You just get chicken. Anything else gives you a stomach ache. Quality has gone down though. Yeah, but that chicken tastes. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but that chicken is like grilled chicken, even from Chipotle. It just does not taste good. I guess it depends if you get good sauce, but yeah, no, it's good for you. You know, if you get grilled chicken, it's really good for you. Like the macros are really good, even from Chick-fil-A. It's like specifically for a diet. I feel like if you look at that, but I never get that. Do you think Germany would have won World War II? Hitler let Reich. Yeah, no, I know. I was actually gonna do a potential video on that. I appreciate.
Light Rude Guy tip $9.99 through Super Chat. USA emoji. Chart with upwards trend emoji. Fire emoji.
Chart with upwards trend emoji, I think is what it said. The lady said chart with upwards trend. Fitness bros say cottage cheese has base macros. Yeah, like yogurt has good macros, I think. Chicken obviously has amazing macros. So I used to have I know a lot of the macros. I know a lot. I know I can guesstimate how much calories things are. Honestly, I could be able to do that probably, but I don't really look at it much anymore. You chart with upwards trend emoji. Dairy Queen. I used to get, me and my friend used to get Dairy Queen, Dairy Queen had an amazing deal. You're not going to get this anymore. There's no way they have this. This was probably like 5 years ago. It's $5 lunch. You'd get like a big ass like fucking burger, like a legit, you'd get 2 patty burger. You'd get a fry, a medium fry, and you'd get a small blizzard. And you'd get a drink on top of that. It's like a small drink, but you'd get a drink. Yeah, there's no way they serve that anymore. And there was like $5.99 or something like that. Maybe like $5 plus tax or something, $5.50. But that's probably like $9 now, or maybe probably more than that. Do you have Culver's in Ohio? We don't have them down, but people say that. Yeah, we have Culver's. they've put some Culvers in within the past 5 or 6 years. We have one in our city. It's fine. I mean, they have those. What are those? Concrete things. They're like milkshakes, but it's a different twist on it or whatever. It's what Culver's has. We have Five Guys burgers as well, but those are really overpriced. It's like $20 for one burger, basically, or maybe like 15. Dairy Queen Blizzards are pretty good. Yeah, but Dairy Queen Blizzards are horrible for you. I used to get large cookie dough blizzards. I think it's like 1,300 calories. Like for a large cookie dough blizzard, I used to always get that. They're really bad for you. But yeah, blizzards taste good. I used to like the cookie dough ones. Swenson's, I never had it. Heard someone say Dairy Queen food better than Dairy Queen ice cream. Well, it depends if you like ice. I mean, it's different things. It's a dessert versus a meal. I don't really compare desserts to meals. I mean, those are two. It's not like we're comparing ice cream place versus ice cream place. You're comparing just two different entities. You're comparing a normal like burger versus ice cream. So how do you really compare that? Costco $1.50 hot dog. Yeah, we have the Costco is just insane. The Costco is impossible to go to. It's just way too crowded. It's at the point to where they I think it's mainly because of the way they have the Costco. We didn't used to have a Costco, and then like probably 15 years or 10 years ago they put one in. But it was all woods. And so there's only one way in and one way out to get to this Costco. If they had like other roads from other areas, I think it would be better. But the traffic is just so annoying because it's just one way in, one way out, and they make so much money. Like, and you think about it, you have to have money you have to pay a membership fee to even shop there, and they still have these issues at Costco with how overcrowded it is. That's with having a membership fee. Now, I think it's only like $50 a year. Imagine if it was like $50 a month. But people pay it. They love Costco, but it's for bigger families. I mean, they sell everything in huge quantity. Is Ohio suffering from Jeet fatigue? I don't really get, in my city, I don't think, honestly, maybe. I used to be out more, and I would notice a lot of minorities more, but I guess it depends on, but if I went out a lot, I'd probably notice it, but cities in Ohio, certain cities are certainly growing. I mean, but they grow everywhere. It just depends. Depends what city you live in. Worth it just for the gas? Yeah, the Costco gas. I wouldn't even go for the fucking Costco gas because you have to go into the parking lot. It's just so overcrowded every time. So overcrowded. You'd rather pay 20 a month for a membership to Costco and less people go there than 50 a year. No, I agree. I think the amount of people that go there make it you can't really go there and have a decent shopping experience because even the store is massive and there's still gridlock with the carts because of how many people are there. And this is really any time. I mean, I guess there's certain times where it's probably down, but it's just busy all the time. A lot of people use Costco to feed their families at the food court. A lot of Jeets go there because of $10 pizza, $1.50 hot dogs. You go during the week. Weekends suck. Yeah, I mean, I used to get I never got their pizza like the big pizza. I got a piece of pizza. They have decent pizza. Costco. Piers Morgan gonna interview Ronaldo. Yeah, I saw that tweet. Cane strips used to be massive. Raising Canes, yeah, we have a Raising Canes here. I don't really ever go to it. Your friend works at Costco. She makes great money. Yeah, there are really you do make really good money at Costco. They start the paying at like $25 or something or $30 an hour, honestly, because with inflation and everything like that, but also because Costco makes so much money from the memberships. Did you watch the Dave Smith Steven Crowder debate? Yeah, I saw it where Crowder was listing off all the wars that he ended, and Dave Smith was, arguing against Trump and things like that. I mean, I don't know, man. I think that I don't know if Dave Smith said that he should be impeached. I think that's ridiculous. That's like a 4-year-old's take. Oh, he should be impeached. What? Because he did something you didn't like, or but then Dave Smith's always like, well, he funds this. Well, Dave, it's not binary. There's really actually it's a lot more complicated when it comes to ending a war. This guy thinks you can just be like, oh, it's over, but he's obsessed with the Middle Eastern stuff. So I don't know. What's your favorite Halloween costume? A rabbi. Probably going at. I think you probably get hit with anti-Semitism if you went as a rabbi. Probably going as. I don't know. I went as a businessman when I was younger. Once I was soldier. Scream mask. I never worn a scream mask in my life. Logan or Chase from Zoe 101. I don't know, man. That's What's up with the JD Vance hate on the right? It's I think it's an online thing. It's mainly online. It's because he has an Indian wife, and it's also because people say he's a cuck for Israel because of his connection to Peter Thiel and Palantir. So, they want the country, but I think a lot of that is the dynamic with like Fuentes and his movement specifically. They're not going to really back another conservative. Why would they? I mean, I guess if somebody comes out as like super anti against Israel, like Massey or something like that, they maybe would back him, but I don't even know if that's the case. Bro, what is that comment? And then, dude, what even is your username? Uber to your mom's. That's got to be a 10-year-old. Wear a German SS uniform for Halloween, like the one dude. Remember that controversy? Dude got thrown in jail, and then they said he assaulted someone. I don't even think he assaulted anyone, but dude got thrown in jail, and then they got him out. Do you like them trying to keep Turning Point USA going? You get why, but it'll never be the same. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a big challenge. Like you can, because there's obviously energy and people are gonna be angry with the assassination, but as the months go by, it's gonna be a challenge to keep it. I mean, they could still probably do it because they have all those chapters. They have all the connections and things like that, and you've got people like the vice president appearing and doing this. But in terms of obviously being able to replicate what Kirk had with the amount of output he had, it's impossible. He acted in self-defense and was attacked first. Yeah, that's what I saw. I saw some woman come up to him and just scream at him and stuff. And then I guess, but I don't even get why you'd go to jail. I don't even know what he did. Did he really push her down or something? And that you go to jail because of that? I mean, it's like self-defense, but I think mainly because the costume he had on. I mean, he wore like a fucking replica SS officer, like perfect replica outfit. I mean, you think Andrew Colvin has done well for Turning Point USA so far? He's yeah, it's a problem. But Kirk did so much outreach. That's the issue. You know, he would go to these campuses and constantly talk to them. You can fill in for a certain period for that, but that's not what a lot of those guys do. And you know, I saw a lot of the views are significantly lower in terms of the engagement they're getting, which I guess is expected, but yeah, Newsom is obviously going to grip for 2028. He had the thing with Joe Rogan. He called Joe Rogan the Facebook of podcasting. I think Rogan should have him on. I think it'd be funny. I mean, what is it even going to do if Rogan has him on? It's just entertainment. It's not like there's an election upcoming for Newsom. But it would be interesting. I'm sure Newsom would be so, like, ready to go about Rogan and be like, oh, you've been fed misinformation about this. And because Rogan's talked so much shit about Newsom. But Newsom's like angry now, like really mad because Rogan refuses to have Newsom on, and now he says he's over it and that Rogan is washed basically. Any high school friends who are surprised by your YouTube fame? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I'm not mainstream or anything. I don't think many people know. I mean, if something happened to where I was mainstream, I'm sure they'd be surprised. Illinois governor politely requested ICE raids to stop for trick-or-treating. Oh, isn't that great? Take on who wins Virginia. Spanberger wins Virginia. The site he got the uniform from sells World War I and World War II stuff for both sides. Yeah, just like replicas, basically. It seemed like it was an expensive outfit from the looks of it. It didn't seem cheap at all. And obviously, they're not going to sell that type of stuff in a fucking Halloween store or anything like that. So you have to go to an actual, like, historical or, like, history type website to get something like that, I'm sure. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this live stream. I'm getting it there. Thank you. I appreciate the whale for the donations. That was really nice. 50, or actually 70, I think. 70 total memberships we got tonight. It looks like that, you know, I see some people got memberships here. What's next? Trump goes on Turning Point USA. I don't know about that one. I mean, would they really let the president answer questions from, like, kids? I don't think so. Halloween store would sell it, thin paper fabric. Yeah, it would be so weak, like the clothing. Why is Ohio State on Big Noon? Because they get the most ratings. That's why they try and get the most ratings on Big Noon. First and foremost, so they put Ohio State on constantly. Have a good night. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. Have a spooky evening.